Did you know that your child's school environment plays a crucial role in shaping their reading choices? That's right. Your schools shape the choices of books your children are reading. Now, I'm not talking about all the wokeness and anything like that. I'm just talking about the normal stuff. Now, who in your child's environment are the influencers? Well, it starts with the book fairs. Then it goes to the teachers, the librarians, and the classmates. We're going to start at the classmates and work our way. So, classmates, they talk about it. Most importantly, they go to the library and everybody gets to see what everybody's checking out. And they talk again, have these conversations about checking out book number whatever, book number 12, book number 30 in some cases. So, that's an important thing, especially when they're getting into the series where there's a lot of books and a lot of the kids, again, it's a comfort zone for them because they know the characters, so they feel, or they know the pattern the book is written in, so they know that model and it feels comfortable for them. So it's easy. They don't have to think too hard to pick books. That's an important thing. So that's all an influence. But as I mentioned, the series thing, that brings us to the librarian in just a second. So when the kids are picking their books at the library, the classmates get to see, and they're talking about who's checking out what number in what series or what other book they're checking out. And they're also seeing in the classroom during reading time what book they're picking and what book they like right now. Is it a playground conversation? Most of the time, no. But I do know I have book club kiddos who talk about it because other book clubs, kiddos from other book clubs have said, so and so is talking about your book club and she's reading Magic Treehouse and they just did Mummies in the Morning and she won't stop talking about it. And this is from the kiddo who's in another book club reading something completely different. And it's hilarious. But that's a rarity for them to be doing that on the playground. It's mostly in the classroom where peer to peer influence happens. But now back to the library with the series. Librarians love the series. It's because, again, the kids are checking them out and checkout counts matter. That's an important thing. They need to know that the kids are going to read the books. So they're going to pick what they're reading already, what's already popular. And that goes for, the smaller series or the standalone books they aren't part of a series. She's going to pick or he's going to pick things that kids like. And they know based on what they're already checking out, but they also know based on what's being purchased at the book fair, which we'll get to in a moment. After that, there's communication with the teacher because the teacher is also going through books and she's also watching what the kids are talking about and bringing in to share in class, not just what they've checked out at the library, but what they're bringing from home. That's all going to influence the teacher's collections and what she's going to recommend to the librarian. So we've got this circle here going on so far between the kids, the librarian, and the teacher. Now, inside the classroom, the teacher is buying the books that she knows the kids are going to read because, again, when they check out the books, reading day, reading time, they'll read that book, but they're going to also bring those books home to read. And so she needs to have books in the library, in the classroom for them to read during silent reading time. So she's going to have all the popular books or the things that she loves and has recommendations from other students, past kids in her classes are going to say, we should have this in our library and this in our collection. So she's going to have all of those. Now, book fair, this is where everybody learns what the publishers think is popular. And the book fair is great because the book fair gets the kids excited about reading and buying books. I like that they're getting excited about buying books, but it's this whole psychology of things and stuff with the marketing and the love fest that it is. But it's still good because the book fair helps fund the library and it also helps fund this teacher's classroom library. So it's a good thing that even though we're using psychology against our kids and the marketing machine that it is against our kids, we're getting them to read. So it's the influence there is good, but we have the influence of the excitement of getting the book fair to come. Woo, that's all great. And the field trip to the book fair is great because you're getting out of the classroom and you're moving around, which gets you excited because you're moving. It's the time of the day that you're usually just sitting in your desk being bored and learning a math lesson or reading lesson or language arts lesson or writing, but you get to get up, move, and walk around. So that's exciting. And then there's all the color and all the pictures and all the kind phrases that say, be kind or choose kindness. Reading makes you happy and yada, yada, yada. All of that's happening there. The colorful book posters. I love those because they're like the movie posters, but for books. So they're even better. But they're always bright and colorful. And then there's all the other things that are the fun extras, the cute pencils, the stationery, and the stickers. And when I was a kid, there was the smelly stickers and the puffy stickers. And so those are all super great. Those are things that get the kids excited. And then there's the featured books, the ones the publishers either want to drive sales to or are already successful, or it's the next one in the series that they're reading. So it gets them excited. And of course, then there's the shopping, the psychology of shopping. I get to buy a book, or some kids buy more than one. So all of that creates this big rush of energy and excitement and happiness, and it's good. But those are all your child's influences first when it comes to reading, which means you're last on the list for reading because their peers influence them, the librarian influences them, the teacher influences them, the book fair influences them. And then you have your 4 or 5 hours a night with them and your weekend time with them where you need to squeeze in all of your influence. And I have a video for you on that later. But remember, talk about the books that they're checking out at the library and build in some of your own moments of influence by having the conversation about what's happening in their books, besides asking them comprehension questions and seeing how well they did on their program that scores them some kind of points because they read the book and they took a comprehension question on the computer, which I should make a video about how the kids love to do that because it earns them points and the tests are really easy and they cheat. And I've watched the kids cheat. But stay tuned for a video on how you can influence your children's book selections.